Have you ever thought that when I become a CFO, I'm going to be confident? Well, today I'm going to tell you that is unfortunately not the case. And confidence is something that you need to deal with before you become a finance leader. Hi, my name's Alysha Randall, and I am the founder of Fast Growth Consulting. I also run courses for new and aspiring CFOs in my Financial Leadership Fundamentals course. And today I really wanted to talk a little bit about mindset. So in the course that I currently run, we look at 5 stages or 5 elements of a framework. And element 2 to 5 is what you would probably think about when you're thinking about, becoming a CFO, and that is the practical elements of the role. But the first element that we look at is mindset and the role that you're in, being a leader, behaving like a leader, and essentially having the confidence of a leader. Now, I certainly made this mistake. I thought that when you get the thing, you get the belief. So when you get that CFO leadership role, you become confident because you have, you've got a fancy new title and somebody believed in you that you could become a CFO. That may be true. You do have a fancy new title and somebody did believe in you to give you that role, and thought that either they've given you the chance, or they see something in you that perhaps you don't see. But I can tell you right now, and this is coming from experience, that the confidence doesn't appear. It is something you need to deal with separately. So very early in my career, when I was a finance director, I would sit in leadership team meetings. There'd be 20 people in that room, and there would be lots of conversation happening, of course. Unless they spoke to me specifically about finance elements or I was presenting the monthly results, I pretty much didn't say much in those meetings. I never voiced my opinion. I never gave my thoughts. I never raised a concern. I hardly talked. And this is absolutely not what you expect from your finance leader within your organization. And it was something that I ended up talking to the managing director about, and I had to work on it. And it was a real big insight to me and proof to me, and also when I'm training new and aspiring CFOs, it is something we very much tackle with before getting to that big role. Because if you want to be a good leader, you need to have the confidence to add value to the business, to share your ideas, to give insight, all the things that a CFO is expected to do. And it's not just about standing in front of the whole business and making a talk. It's not about, those things that really freak people out, although you will have to do that. It is more of that confidence within yourself. So you really do need to work on that now, really. Whether you've got that CFO role or not, you need to work on that now. And so there are lots of different ways to do it. The things that worked for me included taking stock of good feedback. So any good feedback that I got, I reminded myself of that, because often you find that you remember the negative feedback or constructive feedback, not just the good feedback. So what I do is I have a good feedback folder in my inbox. I've had one of them for decades, and any good feedback I get, I pop in there. I still do it. And it's just on those, if there's ever a day that I'm not feeling confident in myself, I just refresh myself and say, actually, I am good at my job. There may be areas, obviously, that I need to improve on, and that never goes away, but I'm good at my job. I've got the role that I've got because I worked to get here and I've got the education. So sometimes you just need to be mindful of your self-talk and just remind yourself of the things that you have achieved. It's also worthwhile looking back and thinking about what you have achieved. If you're watching this, you are probably a qualified accountant. So you have done years of education to get to where you are today. So you really should be proud of that fact that you have had a significant amount of training, and in a lot of cases, a lot more training than your colleagues that are sitting in your business today? Maybe not, but certainly everybody in the company isn't more educated than you are, because you have absolutely got a university degree and you've got a post-qualification. So you have done a lot of work to get to where you are. Then you also need to think about all of the information that finance has at its fingertips. You are one of the people in the company, you're a support function. There are only a few support functions, and you get to see the breadth of all the different departments, what they are trying to achieve, how it all pieces together. And this is something that most of your colleagues don't have that visibility. If you're sitting in tech, or you're sitting in operations, or you're sitting in customer services, or you're sitting in sales, you have in-depth knowledge of that department, but you don't have that bigger picture. And so thinking about that shows how you have the confidence, or rather the knowledge, worth sharing. I've also written quite a few blog posts on this topic, both imposter syndrome, getting the mindset first, and also finding your voice in leadership meetings. So I'll link all of those posts below. But I will say this, the main point of this is you do need to work on your own confidence and your own mindset before you get the big job. You are not going to get it magically appear when you get the big job. It is something you need to work on. So it's something I didn't understand until it was too late. And there's plenty of people I've spoken to who also think, oh, when I become a CFO, I will be confident in my role and in myself. And that is not the case. So hopefully that gives you something to think about. Again, I'll share a lot more of the resources I have available below. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe so you get all of these tips going forward. And I'll chat to you in the next video. Cheers.